There's going to be more and more concern about this, and our goal is to go to the legislature next year with a plan to repeal this, to change it so that we can go back to the original Green Acres law as it was prior to the session. And then going forward, if there's going to be changes, we need to make sure that the process is inclusive and that everyone, landowners, farmers, farm organizations, Association of Counties, all of the people who have an interest in this, assessors also have a lobbying organization in the state, so that we all have an opportunity to put some input into this, so if we do pass something, we know it is in the best interest of the taxpayers and of the people that it's going to affect. If you have the technical ability, what I would suggest you do is get on the email and get them all on your list. I mean, that's what I hate about email, is that people can just write one letter, hit the button, and it goes to everybody. But I guess in this case, I'd like you to do that.
Because then we can, if we can stand up there with a stack of letters saying, you know, this is going to affect our district just tremendously, not just the dollars, but what it's going to do to the wildlife and just the kind of the environment in our area.
The bill has been drafted. It does create this new rule, vacant land, and as Steve Hines indicated, that it will be, for general tax purposes, it will be taxed just like it has been under the old agricultural class, and no tax change per se on that would occur. Representative Eastlund did point out that if you, going forward though, this rural vacant land, non-productive land, would get the agricultural tax, general tax impact, but would not be eligible for Green Acres. The issue there is that if it's currently in Green Acres, it's going to be grandfathered in Green Acres if you choose to do that. It's when you go forward in the out years, that land would not be eligible for the Green Acres.
Change, then when we do want to pass our 40 acres on to our kids, they're going to have to pay 7 years back taxes. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, so maybe advice would be...
No, just on the non-productive land. It would be the non-productive land that would move out of Green Acres.
Okay, so I have 30 acres of woods and swamp and 10 acres that is being tilled. So those 30 acres, they would have to pay 7 times rather than us just go ahead and sucking it up and doing it now. So maybe advice would not be just forget about it, don't sign anything.
That's exactly right. The issue is if you are farming your land and it's going to continue to be farmed and there is no plan to do anything in the future, if you know that there is a possibility that your land could be sold or parceled at some
given to my kids, sure.
then you clearly should sign this, send it back, so you get and that way you'll get the information and know how it impacts you, and then you can make that final decision next summer. It's not an absolute decision.
My parents have had a 100-acre farm in Isanti County for 45 years, and just recently, last November, they did split it to the children, and it's under Green Acres right now. And I've been trying to work with Isanti County, and so I need someone to define what is agriculture and what's productive and non-productive, because nothing was given to me, and no one understands it.
Like if I had 40 acres and 20 acres was non-productive and I wanted to give 5 acres to my son to build a house, that 5 acres could be taken out and the other 15 non-productive could be left in. And we'd only have to compute and pay the additional taxes on just those 5 acres. Because prior to January 2, this intent that if you file this with the assessor that says, I'm thinking about doing that, then there'll just be 3 years payback on that. So this window of opportunity does give that.
You know, you kind of have to ask yourself, would you agree these swamps and woodlands contribute to the benefits enjoyed by people in general and not just the farmer or the landowner? And do these areas filter our rainwater runoff, provide hunting, trapping, hiking, and birding for people other than the landowner? Do you enjoy the fall colors? In other words, these trees that you're going to raise the taxes on and stuff? Why is it that I should have to pay higher taxes on forested areas and swamps that benefit everyone that I have no control over as to their location on a property that I purchased?
In 1969, I had a minor role in the original legislation, and I want to assure you that the purpose of that legislation was to preserve farms by preserving farmland by lowering the tax load on it. And that was the purpose of it. It can be found in the preamble to the original legislation if somebody cares to look for it. Or you could contact the original authors, many of whom are still alive.